Namo Amida Butsu. You talk about being a bombu, a spiritual idiot. A lot of times I'm hit with the realization that there are certain areas in my life I just keep repeating over and over and over again. It seems like I never learned my lesson. And a lot of that has to do with social media and the state of current events and clickbait and conspiracy theories. And I'm not immune to that, believe me. I'm just as human as the average Joe when it comes to falling into that trap of watching the rubbernecking to turn my head and watch the train wreck going on around me. And that's not a good thing. Yeah, like I did in a video, I talked about, sometimes no news is good news. Where I went through the same thing that I went through recently. The other day, I asked my supervisor, I check in with her every now and then on my performance and how I'm doing, because I love my job and I love serving people and I want to keep my job. And I asked, is everything okay? And does everybody like working with me? And she said, yes, but they said a couple of people who worked with you said you were off your game. You seemed like you were out of it. And I was, and I am. I mean, I'm off for the next 2 days, and this is Labor Day weekend. And I'm going to spend Labor Day weekend walking in nature because it's a gorgeous day. We had a big rain yesterday. And I'm going to be saying the Nimbutsu and just walking, clearing my head. But I feel like I've been run over by a bus. And I have been run over by a bus. Literally. It's called current events. It's called fake news. It's called clickbait. It's called, rubbernecking to see the train wreck. It's such an endless maze of overwhelming negative information, peppered with constant videos of violence, people being attacked, children being slapped and in daycare centers and slung across the room, old 80-year-old ladies being attacked at an ATM and slung like a rag doll. It gets to the point it just overwhelms your senses, and no normal human being could not be affected by this. And yet we like negativity. We as human beings tend to like negativity. And I'm no different. I am drawn like a moth to a flame to the clickbait, to the fake news, to the scandal. And I think that's part and parcel of human nature. That's also why Dharmakaya Bodhisattva decided to become Amida Buddha, because he recognized this problem. He recognized this flaw in human nature where we can't help ourselves. That's why many of us become drug addicts and alcoholics and sex addicts. We don't like it. We don't want to be this way. And yet we want to escape who we are, what our thoughts, our living situation, our environment. We want to be free of the suffering that Shakyamuni Buddha talks about. The part that goes hand in hand with being a human being in the Saha realm. And we can't free ourselves. That's why a lot of people who are devout religious followers regardless of their affiliation, sometimes in the end throw up their hands and just say, fuck it. Fuck everyone and everyone and everything, because we can't fix ourselves. We can't, try as we may, set ourselves free from this realm we're stuck in. And yet, we are the problem. We are the cause of the problem. We are that which keeps ourselves trapped in this endless cycle of same shit, different pile, life after life after life after life, kalpa after kalpa, thousands, billions of years. Sometimes as a human, sometimes as a rat, sometimes as an amoeba, sometimes as a microbe in a drop of dew, sometimes as a serial killer, sometimes as a saint, sometimes as a great rich monarch. We go up, we gain merit, and then we fall down by losing that merit because we're human. We're inconsistent. And overall, we're unreliable, frail, and fallible, both mentally, emotionally, and physically. I'm grateful to Amitabha Buddha for making this clear to me. It saves me a lot of problems. It saves me a lot of struggle. In the past, I would really try hard to fix myself. I would be studying self-help books. I would be going online, looking for techniques to overcome negative thinking. And of course, this is the solution. This right here is Amitabha Buddha's sleeve, metaphorically. And well, no, literally. This is literally Amitabha, the sleeve of Amitabha Buddha. It is. I cling to the sleeve of Amitabha Buddha. Now, what I'm saying here is metaphorical. Nimbutsu, and entrusting yourself and your karmic destiny with all you have and all you are, that is clinging to the sleeve of Amitabha Buddha and saying his name in gratitude for the fact he has saved you. That is what it means. But sometimes I feel like this mala is the sleeve of Amitabha Buddha. That's why I made my profile picture on this video, my thumbnail, holding the sleeve of Amitabha Buddha. And I'm not smiling, I'm looking very serious, because this is a matter of life and death for me. Now I know I personally have reached the stage of non-retrogression. I'm not going to fall away from being a man of Shinjin. I know that. I'm not bragging. I'm grateful to Amitabha because I have nothing to brag about. Amitabha Buddha has brought me to that stage. That is only from me as a weak screw-up, constantly saying Nimbutsu, turning to Nimbutsu, and clinging to his sleeve. Has nothing to do with me. I can't take credit at this point in life for any success I have. I give all glory to Amitabha Buddha. Everything good in my life is a gift from Amitabha Buddha. That's how I view it. And it saves me the trouble of stumbling and bumbling to try to fix myself. I won't, and I can't. I'm not able to. I'm not smart enough. I'm not capable enough. And it behooves me to know my own limitations and, learn that that's a battle I can't win. That's climb up the mountain of enlightenment is a climb I can't make. I'm not equipped in this dharma ending age of Mappo to save myself. So what do? Well, in order to gain entertainment, I go off in all different directions, like all of us do. And I get caught up in politics. I get caught up in celebrity scandals. I end up checking out news sources that throw spam in your face with images of violence and people being punched out. It's like that seems to be the trend today, is for so-called news agencies to make videos of children, old ladies, and other people being shot, beat, stomped, kicked, slapped, flung like rag dolls, abuse. Excuse me. And though I'm a Buddhist, I've devoted my life to Amitabha Buddha. I practice right profession. I don't practice right speech. I'm working on it, guys. I know I got a cesspool for a mouth, but I'm working on it. Not that I'm going to succeed. But I realize I'm not going to be a saint in this life. I'm not going to be a Buddhist saint. I'm not going to be an enlightened being. That saves me a lot of effort and trouble. So what I'm doing right now, once again, for the 100 millionth time it seems, is taking a break from all the chaos and madness that is the news, all the negativity and prophecy of doom and hopelessness and end of the world in every shape and form. And I'm listening to the name of Amitabha Buddha on YouTube, on VK, on my phone with the Amitabha Buddha app. I'm clinging to the sleeves of Amida for dear life. Because although I know that, I'm not going to retrogress, I'm not going to abandon Amida and seek salvation somewhere else. I'm beyond that point. It's not going to change. I can still go nuts. I can still go crazy by filling my head with garbage. I can still, give up all hope and commit suicide. I'm not going to, and I'm not there. But I can't say enough for the positive healing effects of listening to the name of Amitabha Buddha, sitting in front of an image of Amitabha Buddha, just sitting. And I may do that again today. I did it this morning. I just fell on my face and just said, help. Help. Because that's all, and that's all I can do. I spent years in therapy. I spent years standing in front of a mirror doing positive affirmations. I've tried every technique you could think of, every self-help thing you can think of. Nothing compares with him. Nothing compares with this. Nothing compares with the name of Amitabha Buddha spoken in any language as an act of submission and worship and simple faith. It all comes down to simple faith. Because we live in a horrible, corrupt, evil, selfish, greedy, faithless world. And as a friend of mine pointed out recently, it's not just the United States, it's everywhere. And it's always been that way. We just have it in our face 24/7 through social media, through our phones, through our apps, through YouTube, through TikTok, through Instagram, through Twitter. I'll never go on Instagram or Twitter. I mean, I'm not. I left Facebook because of the garbage. I have to return to the Dharma when my head goes crazy. When my mind becomes so preoccupied with the hopelessness of the human race, and without Amitabha Buddha, it is hopeless, guys. I'm just being honest with you. If it wasn't for Amitabha Buddha, I would have killed myself. I would have hung myself most likely. Or I would have probably thrown myself in front of an 18-wheeler truck. You know, I would have. The only way I can tune out what's going on around me is to focus on the name of Amitabha Buddha, to stay faithful in listening deeply to his Dharma. The Amida Dharma heals your consciousness. It heals your mind. It sets you on the straight path, and that path is Amitabha Buddha and Butsu. That path is the Amida Dharma. And after I've made this video, some time will pass, I'll become lax and I'll go off and do something stupid again and incur bad negative karma through horrible negative thinking and horrible negative speaking and looking at horrible negative world events, because I'm a bombu. I'm a spiritual idiot. I'm someone who needs Amitabha Buddha. I'm someone who needs to stay focused on Amitabha Buddha, knowing full well that I'm too stupid to maintain a saintly focus that would make my merits worth anything in the long run. So I cling to the sleeves of Amitabha Buddha. I say his name in gratitude and trusting myself to him, knowing that that is enough to save me from the cycle of endless births and deaths and bring me to his pure land of ultimate bliss and peace. Namo, Amida Butsu. Have a great week, guys. I love you.